welcome back to 10-4 Communications. I'm your host, April, and I'm so glad you're here. In today's training, we're going to cover 9 ways that you can instantly improve your communication. If you're someone that struggles to clearly articulate what they mean or what they're trying to say, and you feel like your message doesn't land just the way you want it to, this video is for you. All right, so let's dive right in. Number 1, simplicity is key. Keep it simple. Don't overthink what you need to say. Simply say it. Easy enough. Number 2, try to avoid saying or hemming and hawing around when you're speaking. Gather your thoughts, think about what you need to say, and then say it. Is one of the most distracting sounds that you can make when you're talking, but it's a natural response that our brain forces us to make when we're not exactly sure what we should say next. So think about how many times you say in a conversation, or if you're creating a training video or something like that. Try to keep out. It will help you sound more confident and more professional, and it will help your credibility as well. So avoid saying at all costs. All right, number 3, eliminate fluff words. Now, what's a fluff word? Well, a fluff word is kind of like those little packing peanuts that they use when you order something breakable from, a store somewhere. So fluff words serve no purpose. They just take up space around your important words, but they don't really serve a purpose. So avoid fluff words, things like honestly, or let me be clear, or really, actually. Those kinds of words, they mean nothing and they can take away from what you're trying to say. So avoid the fluff words, get rid of them. It really is quality over quantity when it comes to the words that you speak. So you don't need to cram a whole bunch of words in there and use 25 words to say what you could really say in, 11 or 12. So get rid of the fluff and you'll be all set. All right, number 4, think before you speak. This is a big one. A lot of people struggle with this for some reason. Your brain needs to engage. You need to be aware of the words that are going to come out of your mouth before they jump out. So think about what you need to say. Practice it in your mind if you need to. If you're making an important phone call, you're going to an interview, you're doing a presentation, or maybe you're just going to a meeting where you feel a little out of place, or you're going to meet new people. Think about what you're going to say before you say it so that the words are already there, ready to come out, and you'll feel a lot more comfortable saying them. All right, number 5, context is important. Now, this applies more to written communication, but it can apply to oral or spoken communication as well. So learn to read the room, as we say, know the situation that you're in, know the atmosphere, the attitude, the circumstances of whatever situation you're in. Understand what that is, and then adjust accordingly. You need to be able to speak to that audience in that moment. So if something tragic has just happened, you're going to want to approach that much differently than, say, if something amazing has just happened. Or if you are speaking to a room full of childcare providers, you're probably going to speak a little differently than you might speak to, say, sports fans or doctors or lawyers or whatever that audience is. So context is very important. So keep an eye and an ear out for your audience and really see what they need to hear from you and adjust your words as you need to. Number 6, this is an easy one. Communication can be complex. Communicating is simple. All you have to do is think and then speak, or think and then write and then rewrite as needed. So keep it simple and you'll be all set. Number 7, we kind of touched on this already, but this is a big one and I will be creating additional trainings on this topic. But number 7 is know your audience. You have to know who it is that you're speaking to. And then you speak to them in their language. And when I say their language, clearly you're not going to speak to a bunch of people in French if you don't speak French. What I mean by that is know what they need to hear and deliver it to them in a way they'll understand. So if you are speaking to a room of students, make sure you're speaking on a level that they understand. Now, if you're speaking to a room full of seasoned professionals in whatever field that you're experienced in, you're going to be able to use technical terms and that high level jargon that they're going to be familiar with. So know your audience. If your audience isn't familiar with the terms you're going to use, you will lose them in no time flat. So know your audience so that you can reach them where they are with the language that they need to hear. Number 8, less is more. This one's self-explanatory, so I won't go into it, but less is more. You can say a whole bunch with very few words, as long as they're the right words. So keep it short and sweet and to the point. That old adage will just serve you very well when it comes to communicating. Oftentimes, the simpler it is, the fewer words you use, the more clear your message will be. And number 9, and probably the most important one, is listen to understand, not to respond. Now, listening is a crucial component of communication. You have to listen actively to if it's to the other person or the other people. If it's a big audience, you should have listened before addressing them to whatever their needs are. If you're speaking at a conference, you should know in advance the topics that you're going to cover and what they need to learn from you. If you are having a difficult conversation with another person, you need to put your own needs and feelings aside long enough to listen to them actively. So listen to understand, seek to understand, then formulate a response once you've given the other party or parties or the group ample time to put their thoughts to you, and then make sure you acknowledge that you've understood what they've said, and then formulate your response before you reply. That's it. I hope these 9 tips will help you in your quest to become a better communicator. These don't require a lot of time and effort on your part. They only require awareness, a simple awareness, and you can pick one at a time that you can build on each other, and it will help you build your ability to speak clearly, convey your message confidently, and reach the right people. I hope you'll join me next time on our next training video. Let me know what you want to hear about down in the comments below. I'll also leave you some links so you can connect with me. I love to hear from you. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you next time.